Hi to everyone that came in. I'm just going over all my paper napkin scraps and putting aside things that I think I'll use. Not everything will get used, of course. So I'm just going over all this mess. I can't seem to throw away anything. Okay, I'll put this aside for right now. Let's take this also. And we'll see as we go if I need more of the paper napkin scraps, all the leftovers. Well, maybe also this one, this one. Okay, I think I'll put this aside for now. I've got this leftovers, and I've got small leftovers from other projects, and we'll see. Now I need to see if I can see the chat. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hi Celine, hi Linda, Juanita, Jackie, and Lisa. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is just start gluing pieces of this leftover pieces of paper napkins. I'm going to create some kind of a background from all these pieces. You can create, it doesn't have to be a background for an art journal page. It can be a master board that you can later on cut to use as tags, bookmarks, whatever you want. I'm going to use my paper napkin glue, which is just white glue, 2/3 white glue, 1/3 water. But you do your thing, because not all white glue is the same. Not even here. Sometimes I buy it and it's more thick than ever, and sometimes it's not. So I'm just trying and seeing how much a diluting it's needed. So paper napkins, glue, we have a soft flat brush, and what I'm going to do is basically just start gluing pieces. Little pieces like this will probably be left for the last. The white background is going to be almost transparent, and if I have a dragonfly, I would rather have it at the forefront. So something like this will be kept for later on. Other stuff can be just glued as is. I'm not going to put large pieces. I'm going to just put small pieces, and if I've got a lot from the same piece like this, I will try and put it in several places on my page. I'm working today on both sides, and because I have a corner here of the paper napkin, I'm just using it to put to the corner of my art journal page, and I can just start to spread it around. Now when gluing paper napkins, it's better to use soft brush and the flat of it. And also, if it's very important to you, not like this, if the image on the paper napkin is very important to you, then start from the center and go outwards with your gluing. So as you can see, I'm just spreading it. So I will have, let's say, the same either pattern or the same colors in several places on my page. Otherwise, I really don't care, and I'm hoping that it will move along quickly, because this kind of background, it really doesn't matter. Just have fun with it and start spreading all your leftovers. It doesn't even have to be paper napkins. It can be other paper scraps. I've shown before how I've done masterboards from other paper scraps. I think I even have left some. Let's see. From other painty papers. You just start and glue all your leftovers, if it's with straight edges or with torn edges, and then you start working on top of it. All kinds of way to go about it. If it's stenciling, stamping, making marks, doing a wash on top of everything. So all kinds of things that you can do with it. So it doesn't even have to be paper napkins. If paper napkins is not your thing, you can use other stuff. I work a lot with paper napkins, so yeah, I've got a lot of leftovers. And I'm going to overlap pieces. That's one of the best thing that I love about paper napkins. They are translucent, and when you are layering them, you get in between that is very interesting. We've done all kinds of projects in the past, like the mandala that was made just from paper napkins. That's why I have all these leftovers. These are the leftovers from the mandala. Okay. Now, of course, you can decide on a theme. If it's you want everything to be with flowers and leaves, or you can decide that everything will be in a green color. It's really up to you what you feel you want to do in the background. I'm not concerned about it now. I really want something very colorful in the background, so I really don't care. Right now, it just turned out that I picked pieces from paper napkins that have similar colors, but otherwise I really don't care. And the more I'll glue, the less you can see one piece of paper napkin. I've got leftovers like this that I can also use it, because I don't care that everything will be leaves or ornaments. But I'm thinking again, because it has white background, I will leave it for the last layers. Okay, I want to break from the green and put something else. So let's see. I've got this. I'll take the corner and put it to the corner of my page. The only downside for this kind of background is because of you have lots of glue, it takes patience to wait for everything to dry. But I figured that if it will take a lot of time, I can always start another project and we'll have again a 2 for 1 pages in one live. We'll see. Okay, next. This should be lovely. All kinds of colors on the same napkin. And I can't see what's going on in the chat. Doesn't move again. The amount of time each time I'm wasting on refreshing and going back into the chat so it will work, it's just maddening, but I don't know how to solve it. Okay, let's see who also came in while I was talking my head off. Okay, let's see. Hi, Deborah. Lisa, I'm feeling good. Thank you, Lisa. Still need some tweaking with the medicine, but I'm functioning, and that's all that matters. Hi, Julia, Valerie, Eileen, Jean. Winter in Scotland? We have a heat wave, for God's sake, and the humidity is just killing me. I'm not moving from the AC. Hi, Teresa, Trish, Aussie Gal. Corey, Evie. Okay, so I hope I covered everyone that came in and put something in the chat. I'm just continuing gluing pieces willy-nilly all over the page. Don't care. But as I said before, if you are just coming in, you can pick a theme, if it's by color, if it's by what on the paper napkin. Really up to you. I'm just going to have a very colorful background. And we'll see where it gets me. Just taking piece by piece and gluing, overlaying, so I will get interesting in between. I think I haven't checked if all my page is in frame. Let's see. I think so, at least I hope so, that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so continuing, just gluing pieces. Another thing that I like to do with this kind of leftovers is glue them on book pages. The result is very interesting, and it's just one more thing to use in an art journal. So you can also do that with all your leftovers, especially paper napkins, because they are translucent and you can see the text beneath. I'm going to put some pieces that are going to be outside the edges of my page, and I'm gonna trim this later. Right now I'm more considerate, more into covering the page than anything else. I've been working in one of my art journals with, I had leftover from the paper napkin with the crane. That's the last video I've done with the crane, and I had other cranes left over on the paper napkin, so I wanted to just use it and not stuff it into some other stash. So I took it and done an art journal page with what I had left over from the paper napkin, and it turned out so pretty. And it wasn't planned at all that well, I thought that it was pretty, that I've done another page, not with the cranes, with a that with hummingbirds, and I've already done the same thing and recorded, so I can share with you, and I'll post it on Sunday or Monday, whatever. I still need to upload it. Let's see if I have it here. Here it is. I'm so I just fell in love with this background and how this worked with the two cranes. So I've done something similar, and you will have a video on Sunday or Monday. Okay, more paper napkins, other colors. Most of the time I prefer the paper napkins to be a torn and not with straight edges. Right now it's not super important. If I can, it tore, it doesn't matter, another piece will go on top of it. So as I was saying, for this kind of background it really doesn't matter. Just gluing pieces and more pieces. And I know it looks like a mess, but it won't be for long. And if you don't like some piece, you can always come and do another layer. So it really doesn't matter. But a very, very good way to use all the scraps and have fun with it. The less you think about it, the better it will turn out. I'm just looking at the chat. The glue I'm using, I don't know if I can call it homemade. It's just I buy a big jar of white glue and then I add some water to the white glue. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. So it's easier to work with paper napkins. Okay, let's pick something else. I want all kinds of colors, not just green, and for some reason I've managed to pick mostly green. Oh, there is something here that is not green. Yeah. All kinds of colors. Just by adding this different color scheme from another paper napkin, it already, to me at least, looking better. Okay. Okay. Let's see, let's find something else. Okay. Don't care if it's not straight and that it gets wrinkled. Just part of a overall interest and texture. Next. Oh, this would be probably interesting. Yeah. I'm really trying to be quick about it because it really doesn't matter. And watching me glue again and again is really not that interesting. And there is going to be a waiting for all of this to get dry. So I'm really trying to do it fast. I'm getting there. I just want more colors. Let's see. I've got this left over. So now I also have blue here. More interesting. My brush just drowned in the glue. Just a minute, something is like dripping here and it drives me crazy. What is it? Don't know. Don't know what it is. Maybe I have ghosts. That would be fun. I will get rid of the pigeons and I will get ghosts. I hate the effing pigeons. Okay. It's like putting each color, each new color, because I'm looking at it as puddles of color and not by the pattern that I have on each paper napkin. And it seems like each color that I add just makes the background better. At least I think so. think that I can move to smaller pieces that I have, and to those who I put aside that had white background, and start gluing from that. Okay, so I've got the small pieces and I've got this. I think I'll just start gluing and covering white spaces. It will also give me some kind of a repeating pattern because it's a leaf shape that repeats itself. And I can go intentionally and create, let's say, I don't know, flowers, or I can just continue with this and put it on randomly. I don't really want the white, so I'm trying to cover up areas that have white. Okay, still got areas with white. I'm still thinking about using this on top. I think it will just go nicely, all kinds of circles on top. Okay, and I've got more white here, so that's here, and someone is probably shouting at me where I have white. Okay, moving this aside. I think I'll just use the circles, but I want one at a time, or at least some. So I'm going to just separate them, and I'm going to use, I'm just moving it a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, a very fine brush with water, and just going like this so I can separate each. I don't like to use scissors on paper napkins. I like the torn edges, and it blends better into the background when you use the torn edges. Okay, I think I'll start with this and we'll see if I need more. Okay, just spreading circles on the background. Once again, randomly. Very, very colorful background. The dripping drives me crazy and I don't know where it's coming from. I'll just finish putting down the circles, and I'll go check again what is dripping. Okay, let's see. Can't find what is dripping. Okay, so that was the glue and the paper napkins, and we've got a background. Now, all kinds of way to work on this kind of background, or if you want to call it a masterboard. You can, as I said, stenciling, stamping, you can do a wash, you can do many things. I'm thinking today I wanted a big flower, or even two, three, I don't know, not sure yet, and do some kind of an exclusion technique. I pick like, and I've taken this stencil. Now I can go, and this is one of my stencils that I made. I can go and just stencil away like with white and it would be also be very nice. I can go and stencil here, one and one here, and it would be great. But I wanted to do something else. I've taken, before I made this stencil, I made what I always do. I plan on a tracing paper, and then I separate the shapes to create the stencil. So I've got this template of the same flower. Now, even if it wasn't one of my stencils, I can pick any kind of stencil. Like, let's see, let's take a stencil, for example, like this one. And I can, again, on tracing paper, I will just do it quickly here on this paper, just so you will see what I'm talking about. Let's move this aside for now. So you've seen me do lately a lot of this, just tracing with a pencil the shape of the stencil and doing the opposite of making a stencil. You now want to connect all the shapes together. And so you will see, like, here is one petal, and here is, I'm not doing it precise right now, yeah, because it's just for the sake of demonstration. So I will now connect it like so. So there won't be a separation between the shapes that create the stencil. And so what I want to do is, when my background will be dry, I want to trace this flower on top. Also, all kinds of ways to go about it. And so I want to trace it to my background and then exclude what outside the flower. So basically my flower will be all the paper napkins, all these patterns, colors from the paper napkins. That's what would be my flower. The rest will be excluded. Now I'm going to do it very lightly, because when I'm doing this kind of thing, I like that some of the background is peeking through. My aim is not to completely erase what I have in the back. So that's what I'm going to do on top. And because it will take time to dry, what I thought to do is to take one of my journals. Let's see, here is one. Here is the crane that I've done in my last video. And after I've finished the video, I don't know why I regret it. I went with some blue underneath to make some kind of a shadow, and I hate it. I just should have left it alone. So this is the 2-for-1. I'm thinking of taking 2 painty papers and playing with just 2 painty papers to create some kind of an art journal page. Now, I haven't prepared for this, so I need to take all kinds of painty papers that I've got and just take two out to play with. And so bear with me. really haven't planned on it. Just before I was organizing things for the live, I've realized that waiting for everything to dry, all the glue to dry, will take time. So only then I thought about the fact that I need to do something while it's drying. So let's see, maybe this one, I've made this in one of the lives that we've done, gel printing. Maybe, I don't know, not this one. Maybe this one, and something that will be striking. With the blue or with this, not sure. Or maybe this one. Let's see, what else do I have that can be interesting? Okay, let's see. Maybe this one or this one. What happened? I'm going for these two. Okay, I'm gonna use these two. Just going to take something to drink and check what is going on in the chat. I'm neglecting you. Okay, I hope I haven't missed anyone. And if I missed, hi to everyone who's here and just watching me glue stuff. Okay, so I'm thinking that I want most of this to cover my page. I'm just trying to see how I want to place it. Because as I said, this was so not planned. Okay, let's see. I need to trim this page. Okay. Not enough space. Not enough space. There's never enough space. Okay. Oops. More or less. Once again. And I'm going to take a plastic card to put some glue. I'm using white glue as is without any added water to it. Just making sure that I haven't missed a spot, but that I don't have puddles of glue. Okay. This needs trimming. I'm just trimming what is out of the edges of my page, nothing more. So if I'm out of frame, you are not missing anything. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm thinking how I want to add this. I want something flowing. First, I'm going to get rid of this piece here. Okay, so something like that, and yeah, I'm eyeballing it. And whatever will be, will be. Good enough. Okay. Now, I'm thinking. I'm thinking what I'm going to do. I wanted some kind of a tree, 2 trees, 3 trees, I don't know. Very flourish. So, maybe more. Maybe I'll just do first some kind of a tree like this. And see how it looks. This is just with a pencil. Another one, another tree. Not sure. Okay, so black marker, not this one. Okay. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just some very free trunks, I don't know, of a tree. This can turn out to be a disaster, just so you know. I'm warning you in advance. Okay, this is just the beginning, and I will start with something with a finer point, just so I can make a finer lines. Something like that. Don't really care right now. I'm more interested in creating now the tree. And let's see. I think I will also go. I'm thinking doing a black line here. But no, I'm gonna leave it for right now before I'm doing some damage. Checking the chat. Okay, so I want some circles out of this paper, this painty paper, but this gel print was done on a paper placement, disposable paper placement, and it's quite thin, so I don't think the circle punches I have will work on it. It will just get stuck in the punch, so I probably need to cut circles by hand. Oh, the joy of fussy cutting, said no one. Okay. All sizes of circles. So I will have something to play with. Let's start small with just this. Maybe I'll just do it on top with the black marker, so I will already have black edges. It never works when I want it to work. Okay. Maybe I should do some circles from this color, but put them on top of this color. I don't know. First I'll put some of these ones and see where it gets me. Or maybe I said two, just a page from just two painty papers, but now I'm thinking of taking another painty paper. I don't know. Let's see that I've got the leftovers from this. Let's see how it works if I'm taking circles out of it. Let's see if it works. Maybe it will work. Maybe. It might just work. Yeah. Just, I think, just one more from this color. It's a small one. And I want another small one from the yellow. Yeah, I think this will work, and maybe this one a little bit. Like this. And then I need to work on the branches. And I'm thinking of some kind of doodling, not sure yet. I'll first glue the circles. Okay. Don't remember if it was like this or like this. Whatever. Good enough. Okay, so let's see. Just continuing the line of the branches. I'm just going with the flow. This is so not planned. So Okay, stopping for a moment and let's see. I feel like I need another circle here. Mm, yeah, I like it. Just the start and something here. I feel like I need to doodle. Especially here. I don't know why. Maybe let's see. Just trying again to get control of the mess that I'm making as I go. Yeah. Okay. Once again, almost can't see the floor. Maybe some gel roll pens to do some doodling. I'm just making it up as I go, just so you know. Okay. Even if it won't turn into something nice, at least I tried. So we'll see. I kind of want more lines. I don't know. I really like what's going on the painty paper here, but I feel it's not enough, so I need to figure out what will make it work for me. Not sure it was wise to do this kind of work with the fine point of the gel roll pens. Probably should have taken a Posca marker with a wider tip, but as I said, I'm just making it as I go, so I've been playing today with another page with all kinds of lines, just, well, what can I say, just to relax, and I haven't finished. It's just, I just started it. So I'm thinking doing something like that just to go with the flow and create something with all kinds of doodling. Like, let's see, maybe yeah, you can hardly see it. This kind of thing can take for hours depending on how much patience you have and if you really want to do all kinds of doodling. If I need to, let's say, let go and not think about anything, this is the project. All the doodling inside, shapes, will take your mind off anything. it's I think it's more interesting with the doodling on the shapes so that now I've created. So I'm thinking that it would be worth it to continue with this. Not sure if it would be tonight, but just so you get what I'm going for, and only just until the background that I've started with the paper napkins will be dry, so I can start to, mostly it needs to be dry so I can trace the flower onto the background. Otherwise I wouldn't have waited for it to dry. I don't mind putting acrylic paint on top of glue. Worst case scenario, it will create some crackle effect. When you put acrylic paint on a wet glue, most of the time, not always, it will create a crackle effect that I really don't mind. It just adds to the whole. Haven't finished this yet, and I've already love it. Okay. My hand just whew. Let's see. Linda, is Ellison around? She needs to do some doodling. Yeah, I know about changing into a pumpkin at midnight. But what can I say? That's the hour that I can push through, and still US and Canada can see the live, can be in the live. I'm in the middle. I'm thinking about not all using different doodling for each section. I'm also thinking about changing colors in between. Not sure yet. I can sum it by saying go with the flow, whatever jumps to your mind at that exact moment. That's how you go about creating stuff. At least when I'm doing something like that. Mm, okay, let's see. What kind of doodle do I want to do here? Maybe just lines. I hope I'm not making a mistake. It can hardly be seen. Not sure about it. So not sure about it. Don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Not at least not with the lightning I have. But this is dark green, the gel war pen. It's not black. You probably see it as black. I'm going to check on my background. No. Still with a lot of glue, wet glue. Yeah, it's starting to take shape. My wild doodling here. It really does starting to make more sense to me. I'm trying not to put my hand on the wet gel marking that I'm doing. It takes like 1 minute, 2 minutes for it to dry, and if you don't uh, pay attention, your hand goes on it and smears it. So I'm trying to pay attention and not put my hand where I have still wet markings, doodling, whatever. Let's do another color. So each section will have another color. Mm, don't know how this will look. Interesting. Here I'm just doing some lines. I'm thinking that just maybe these circles need also some kind of doodling. Not sure yet, but we'll see. It's not super noticeable, but good enough. I used to doodle a lot and then I stopped. So it's kind of nice to try my hand again in doing stuff like that. I'll check the chat in a minute because I'm really neglecting you and I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay, so no questions for me. Haven't missed anything. And what color now? Mm, who knew that that's what I would do at this hour? Doodling. But who cares? I started my weekend. I can stay in bed late tomorrow. Starting to take shape. What do you know? Just one more. Yeah. Okay. This turned out really interesting. And now I'm thinking that I need to add something here. Just, I don't want to overdo it. Let's see. Right now I'm just doing the outside. I'm not sure if I'm going on the inside. I can always add, but right now I want to do just this and see how it looks. I'm not even sure if I'm going to do all of them. Mm, whatever will be, will be. I can always cut another circle and go on top of something if it looks ugly. Can you hear my hubby snore? Once again, on the sofa downstairs. Nice. At first it looked ugly. Okay, so I'm going to continue. It's like therapy, the repetition. I'm really starting to like it. What can I say? No branded gel pens. I've ordered it from Temu. Nothing. Maybe Mocha, Moka. I don't know. Most of what is written here is in Chinese, probably. I had a roof guy this week to deal with the pigeons, but it will take some time. With there is no more putting poison for pigeons. There are other, like, I don't know what to call it, green ways to deal with them. So he went on the roof, done what he had to do, and it's supposed to be like 2 weeks until they are gone. So crossing my fingers because they are really driving me crazy. I think I will leave these two and this one like this. Not every circle needs to have some kind of doodling. Yeah. And probably around needs some darkening. So let's take an ink pad and I think I'll take a Q-tip. I'm thinking that my background needs some text. I love text in the background, but I'll leave it for now. First I'm going to do this. I had some eyeshadow applicators, this small stick stuff that has small sponge at the end, and I would have used that stuff for doing what I'm doing now with the Q-tip, but the last time that I reorganized this space, I don't remember where they went, so can't find them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at it and thinking if I should stamp some text or not. I don't know. What do you say? Some text in the back? Let's see. Yeah. Now I really like it. Some visual texture in the back. Very simple page, and I like it. Okay, I can take this aside. Okay. I have a feeling that my background is not ready. It's not dry, which means that I will need to turn on the blow dryer. Okay. Too much stuff. Just too much stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Still wet. Okay. I'm going to let's see if it's connected to my electric outlet. It seems so. I'm going to turn on my blow dryer. If you hate this kind of noise, just mute me and we'll see. not all is dry, but we'll see. Let's hope that I will manage to do something. Just trimming the excess. Okay. Now I have to find, maybe it's underneath here. Yeah. Here is the flower that I wanted. Probably 2 of them. Like so. And it's still wet, for God's sakes. It won't trace like that. If I need to dry it. Sorry, I need to dry it more. Okay, now tracing paper. Let's see first where I wanted. I think here. So tracing paper, we call this tracing paper. This is graphite paper or copy paper. I don't know how it's called at your end of the world, but you get what I mean. So I hope I will be able to see that it would be easy enough to see with the tracing paper, because I've got so many colors, and also the texture doesn't help the tracing of the image. And no, it just, and it's also still wet, for God's sakes. Okay, Okay, what do you say? Change of plans, and I'll just stencil. And my background will be the flowers, um, all this colors, and the flowers will be like white with a hint of another color. What do you say? No one says anything. Okay, so I'm gonna put some white here. And makeup sponge. I'm just taking out the dry areas where I had paint. It's either the chat is stuck again or no one is saying anything. Yeah, I need a mask, not a stencil, but I'm not doing, not going to do a mask right now. It's either waiting for everything to dry or switching gear, so I'm gonna do switching gears, and then I'm going to do another video, not a live one, with what I wanted to do originally. That's what I'm going to do, because this just doesn't work. We are not going to wait a long time for it to dry. When I'm doing just a regular video, I can pause the video and come after hours when everything is dry and continue from where I left off. So I'll just do another video. I also need now to think what color do I want the contour lines of the shape, like in between the shapes. We'll see. Okay, so I want to add a little bit of color. I'm putting a little bit of yellow here and a little bit of a light blue, and just doing the yellow here like so. And let's take another sponge and just a hint of the light blue. Don't know how much of it you can see, but it's here. Let's see. Okay, I think it would be okay once I do some contour lines and maybe another layer of white, so it would be a little bit more opaque. So yeah, it can be salvaged. Let's see, maybe let's try, no, not white. Thinking about it, I'm thinking really hard. I think I need one of the Posca markers I've got. Let's see. Either a Posca pen or a permanent marker. Not sure. Maybe it will turn into a disaster. What do you know? Starting to take shape. Almost. Who knew? Yeah. There is hope yet. Oh, forgot to do here. Yeah. I'm trying to clean some of the yellow of the sponge just because I'm lazy and I don't want to try and find another clean sponge. I'm getting tired here, folks. Probably after I'm finishing with this flower, this would be it for, for tonight. Okay. Boy, howdy, I'm tired. Don't know what the hour even. When I'm doing this, the live, I never watch the clock, and even when it's not alive and I'm into doing something, just lose the time. Still have very, very wet areas here. Yeah. Okay, so I've got two flowers and I kind of like them. I've got a very, very busy background that I'm thinking needs some kind of a wash just to make these two flowers pop up on the page. I could probably leave it as is, but but I'll go for it, and or at least I will start, and just so you will see what I'm talking about. And so I'm taking this turquoise, and let's see. Taking water. Maybe it would have been better with watercolors to make a wash. Probably. You see, it's the hour. I'm not thinking. I'll just bring the watercolors and let's see just what's going on in the chat. Okay. Here we go. Turquoise. And need a brush. Oopsie. So I'm just doing a wash. I'm not covering the details. I'm just giving it, for that matter, a tint of the of turquoise. And I can also pick another color, and just so it won't be solid, and I can put the darker blue towards the edges like so. And I'm continuing with the turquoise, just spreading it. I'm just loading my brush with water, so I will have more of a wash. Putting the darker blue towards the edges. There's still hope for this page. And all that I've done here can be done not in an art journal. As I said, it can be a masterboard, and you can just do all kinds of stuff. If it's bookmarks, ATCs, pockets, whatever you want, you can do with it. I'm starting to really like this page, even though it wasn't what I was planning to do. What a transformation. I'm continuing with putting the darker blue on the edges. Okay. Just a little bit more here. Yeah. Oopsie. Go to sleep. You are just damaging. I'm beyond pumpkin mode. Yeah. This is it. That's the page. Oh my. Taking a step back. Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't planned, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for for me. If you've got any questions or requests, that's the time while I'm putting things away. Boom. I really need to go to sleep before I'm doing something irreversible. When things start to fall, that's my cue. Okay, so somehow I managed to save this page, and I've done another page that I'm really happy with. I really liked all the doodling. It takes time, but I really liked it. Came out better than I thought. So that's it. The 2 pages for today. Let's see. Okay. No, I see that no questions or requests. Okay, so this is it for tonight. And so I'll be saying goodbye. I can't even find words. Thank you for being here. It really means a lot to me. So I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.